Hey guys, so after about tonight's Friday Night Smackdown, so 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 let's get right down tonight's Friday Night Smackdown. So Smackdown's not too bad a show tonight. So we're gonna get one love advocacy below my screen below right here. So so whenever you wanna buy something, you're gonna get free t-shirts. We're gonna get I'm gonna make me you know, merchandise, hats, including more, in two separate ways. If so, much more. So I'll go with SmackDown tonight. I'll go with I'll say 7 without an 8. This is not too bad. So let's get a breakdown right here. So this is your new WWE champion. After SmackDown has opened with the initial shots of superstars arriving at his outside area in London. That was before we got the full recap of what happened from last week and the 3 days of her match. Andrew was back in the area. It was a group. Andrew of a bagpipe and the players was on the stage to play. Drew McIntyre said when he took his time getting down and to celebrate with some people in the front row. Agnes the Scottish Royal has a crowd chanting his name, and it looked like he might give more of this babyface promo. I mean, this was before he turned on to the crowd, and he said they had never been there for him when it counts. I think he also revealed Jamaican Nightmare Cody Rhodes would not get a rematch, putting this stipulation he snuck into their contract just is after when Randy Orton came out to remind to Drew McIntyre that wasn't that he had beaten him a month before it could do it again. And it went second fight too after he saw up and went right after the WWE champion, and they fought out at the ringside within the final watch from the ring. It wasn't until second fight 2 saves the McIntyre went off into the crowd, also allowing the Miz to sneak attack in behind with the arches and hit the skull crossing finals. After of Drew McIntyre to reminding a heel was both suspended for him to take it a right call. WWE could have taught him this might be a face informing this his victory, but the person battle has a monster heel and his promo was good. I didn't answer the way it lead into the fourth match. Doesn't make sense. So acting up between Drew McIntyre, his costume, Lethal Sackett, and Miss Kell, it was looked really cool. I just said WWE title design needs in this update on WWE has been moving to the same style. Was a title in logo for a way too long. So here's the next match. We have Randy Orton goes 1-on-1 against The Miz. As it last time in 4 asses, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes to set the forces on Raw October sold, and The Miz lost to Sir Henry on Smackdown of was on December 19th. After the force of 4 qualifying matches that took place after the break, added with between The Miz and Randy Orton, the A-lister has advised after taking out Randy Orton before into the break, but he was the 14-time World Champion was not going to go down easy. After the match started during the break, and we saw The Miz and Maytrain just throwing into Orton near him with a pull clothesline and a snap, power slam, and he dropped the A-lister on the announce table at 3 times. So yes, it was before hitting a dropping DDT. The Fumble scored the win with his punted the Sweet Littles all KO to end predictable but directly to entertaining match. And these two have been working together for years, so they have built up enough just chemistry to have a good match and just sleep. And win on this match, Randy Orton. So Randy Orton is my favorite wrestler of all time. He was lived in St. Louis. Randy Orton lives in St. Louis. So I haven't met him before, I think. I might meet him sometime. Maybe. Enter with The Miz, the Simmons Simplex on Orton onto the announce table was a fun moment of hand stirring when the Orton moved, but the announce didn't acknowledge it until Orton did it to The Miz little. The Miz has never looked regal. His finisher doesn't finish at the people anymore, and it feels like it's been years since he was a serious contender for a title. But he was. So here's the next match. We have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss taking on against Sonya and Kiana James. After 4 last time in 4 asses, Bliss and Charlotte Flair won an 8-women tag match on Smackdown on January 2nd. And Sonya and Anya defeating Bliss on Smackdown January 9th. Drew McIntyre was someone still running from Second Fight 2, and when he went into talking off, he was backstage and had a beef and things after the break. After we saw this package, it was Uncle Hattie. There was a pre-tape promo about his saying, and it's the MFTs is straight by Wright's lantern. It's like a light, and he grabbed his light Agent went Bliss and Solid had a quick and tucked one in with less and United Sacks was at backstage before, and Jake went just in the wing for a tag match against Sonya and Kiana Sings. After Sings and Bliss talked a little trash before, so guys took Sings down in a few strikes, set U.S. champion, and who also took a 12 has the show cut to the break. And just to feel more competitive than deal personally with benefits between the match, it seems to include will finding more exclusive than they have been in recent weeks. And there was a couple of spots that didn't look great, but most of what we got in this about it was good. So I was disappointed that Aggressive did not inquire a win. The former tag team champions will be able to score into the victory. And thanks to Bliss, hitting scenes with Sister Abigail and Leslie and Sachs came out and attacked the Reynolds and when it was all. So Ocean 2 seems was going to go after Sachs for getting involved in her business, but seems talked her out of it. It physically hit her back. So, in the middle of this match, Solid flew and Alexa Bliss. So, what if Seems is going to carry that hang back like it's like her just pulse and it with her every week to see to start losing it has a loses a weapon but put some bricks in that thing or something. I think it was hard to tell, but I think it felt like Eddie David might be punching Sims to Bliss in Solid fluid to take the break up very soon. I think it looks so important for Sims to lift up the whole opponent to announce never make a big deal out of her power. And but see, probably one of the strongest pound for a pound is compared onto the main roster. I just the way Solid Clear Cole sings after a crossbody, I was look very worried and indifference. So here's it you, a former Serbian. After of Sosakar responding to Uncle Harry this video with his own pre-tape promo, and he's saying he wants a tag title shot for the MFTs to set Mr. mentioned back. I think when we went back to the area, it was Cody Rhodes came out to sit the ring to talk about losing to WWE. Same as if it was next for him. I knew the Alanya crowd gave him a mix in response with I just seem to catch him off guard, and some fans will singing his name while over booed such as loud. Agent said Mickey Nightmare said his rank had become a yes miserable and basic, and it was a nice way of saying it was becoming preemptive, and he gave his Nelson was award all eights was a kind of speech. It was before saying he was a talent to Royal Rumble with the intention of bringing the second man to win it 3 times in a row. He also spoke about only second fight 2 and we'll see for what he did last week. So here's the next match. So we have Trick Williams. Here we go, 1-on-1 against Matt Cardona. As it last time in 4 matches, Trick Williams undefeated Ray Phoenix on Smackdown January 9th, and Matt Cardona undefeating Kate Wilson on Smackdown January 2nd. I just said the next qualifying match, and we saw Matt Cardona take on Trick Williams, and this was interesting controversies because Williams is new. He's a main roster, and while Matt Cardona is trying to lead and process himself after spending the several years away from WWE. And they started with a basic lockup and clean break. Trick Williams took a bit of seat shot, so Cardona punched him the corner for some opponents but once, and Trick really had the overhand. He started talking trash while he was getting out this punishment. And this was pretty even myself, and it was a difference in response, but both and bring a lot of small corners to the table. So they were able to put a girl in a match, and that was insoluble. And it was hard to tell who would win because both men would make sense to advise into the tournament and possibly always makes a match more than was interesting. I just saw former Zach Waddle put up a good fight, but Williams pointed to advise just a four-way and saw reason. And it when Kate Wilson came out and attacked Matt Cardona, it was before pausing for a crowd which seemed to insult his antithesis. And the winner on this match, Trick Williams. After of Matt Cardona gave a brief full interview that was before the match about how he had to leave WWE to find himself again. After Matt Cardona muscle drop kick from England, it was look good. And Cardona caught Williams with his running boot more than he was award intentional. I just slipped away. Cardona caught a side slam with a DDT. It looked a little awkward. It was almost like he forgot he was supposed to kind of it to remember halfway through. So here's the next match. we have Jamie Priest. Here we go. 101 against Solo Sokoa. After last time in 4 passes, Jamie Priest on your footing Asher Black on Smackdown on January 2nd, and Sokoa and MFT on your footing White 6 on Smackdown January 9th. After of Kate Wilson was still into the ring after the break. After he delivered a quick pummel, he said he was responsible to the toxic. Okay, this is weird. The most important will second for two stood up and took him out with a few on his signature moves. It was before Cody Rhodes to come get some to set the fight. Ended with Jamaican Nightmare stood up and just started throwing hands. It was between security guard to broke it up and to the fight. And Nick Aldis brought them to do a battle at Sunday night main event is next weekend. Into up next was the match between Sokoa and Jamie Priest. After for the spot is a photo foray has national the rest of the MFT whereby Solo side and both these guys are powerhouse, so it didn't take that long for them to start throwing strikes. Jamie Priest found himself being attacked by the MFTs when Sokoa had the referee distracted before and just hit the break. As we returned to see the offer of family, the still break Johnson by the street sand. I just said two was the qualifying masses didn't feel like they were big stacks, but Sokoa and Priest did a good job, making this feel like an independent match for them, and these two always work well, very past to together. After between the referee caught Tonga, he was seen and booting him from the ringside area as Sokoa was preparing to finish Priest off. So a light went out. It was at the area. There was a White 6 to appeal behind the NFTs and began and him brought at the ringside. After of Sokoa stopped Uncle Hardy from taking the lantern, but the Strassers had to allow a priest to hit his vessel force it to land. So in the winner of this match, Jamie and Priest. I think it will be interesting to see if Kate Wilson can retreat this properly to Kurt talking trash like he did something special after applying the force a headlock inside the match was funny. I just the way Priest pop up to hit a spinning heel kick. It was very cool to see. So, in next match we have Kamado Hayes. Here we go, 101 against 10-8 Star, Leon Slater. After lasted in 4 passes, all but Femi on your thing, Leon Slater on NXT January 6th, but Hayes on your feet to escape Nakamura on Smackdown January 9th. And into Hayes held an all open silence for the US title this week, indicating Leia Slater is the call. Leia Slater is from the UK, so the London crowd gave him a very warming and welcome. AJ walked up and normally steady train constant takedowns at a was busky piece, and Hayes had a slight size and power of advance, but they seemed to be on even ground for speed and goodly. And if it was the first time, they should have ever still in the ring, and it looked like they had been working together for years, and they had started between chemistry thanks to their small abilities. And Hayes appeared to land and was fighting on his left leg, but he counted to the max. The real eats all out and might at the time, and his commercial break was old. The both men were looking worse, for he was boring. And the back once again set the US show set the show on Friday night, but Hayes has proved he is one of the most reliable workers on the main roster. And about the past few weeks of China Masters have commented him as one of the best all around of pro wrestlers in WWE. But Hayes continued to seal the instant leg, but he fought through it message to beat a young ex-business champion to retain his US title, but Hayes turning Simon Simplex into a color was at the win. So, in the winner on this match, Kamala Hayes. As it is too bad for Lena Slater was pulled from Team A. Geese is due to his WWE comments. His Lena Slater made so many things he took easy. He's finding a positive into the ring, and WWE will be is to sign him when his TNA deal is up. And yes, it might be the best for Lena Slater. He looked in a WWE ring, and he looked even more at home in his Smackdown ring than he does in NXT. Lena Slater the sling side, a late drop, also it was awesome. So here's a next match. We have Sutton Green goes 1-on-1 against Sonny Grace. I had match in 4 passes. It was Sutton Green lost to Sonya on Smackdown January 2nd. Sonny Grace has undefeated all 4 on Smackdown January 9th. And just in the next match, we saw Sutton Green take on Sonny Grace in singles competition, and the other fault was by Sutton Green's side for a backup. I just said second night was normally took a 12 and hit a nice delayed simplex has saved Colgill both from the ringside. and this was a salt match that starting with one. Cleveland Hope Peninsula and City Colgate did not look impressed. So second night got into the mic. It sends City Colgate to defend or try right and deal. So Southern Green tried to attack Southern Grace from behind, but has ended up crossing into City Colgate instead, which gave Southern Grace a sense imposed with a time before tossing it out to the champion. So in the winner of this match, Southern Grace. I think we got an over teaser for overall framing and depending on a rifle on Smackdown. It's coming soon. I can't wait. I just made for a physical WrestleMania Simplex and Southern Grace hit was very cool. So here's the main event. So we have Sami Zayn. Here we go. 1-on-1 against Ilya Dragunov. After last time in full absence, Sami Zayn lost a 10-man tag match on Smackdown on November 24th. Ilya Dragunov has undefeated Kate Wilson at main event February 9th. The two men who took the house down in their last match has all set US top has locked horns again this week for the Saints to be in set number one contender a four-way match. Sami Zayn got set the match going by falling off a forearm strike, and Ilya Dragunov was more than then happy to respond with some strikes of his own. After the main dragon took its role and kept Sami Zayn on defense for a long time, but the underdog from this underground hitting Simplex out of nowhere to see to turn things around. I guess the best part about this match is that it felt completely different from their last account. They worked hard to make it feel like the both men were fighting for their lives. Sami Zayn is a lot of figure in Ilya Dragunov is one of the best young stars on the main roster, so you shouldn't be a big surprise to hear that they put on a great show, a China show. So was it after a great back and forth fight that we saw of both men come close to winning a few times, and Sami Zayn was able to get the victory with a hula kick. And the winner of this match, Sami Zayn. Danny Davies better not sings. Ilya Dragunov into his music is perfect. After both men hit some stiff shots that you could hear almost at the crowd. Is the final word. So Friday SmackDown did a good job of circling the post storylines related to titles, but two matches still out above the rest. Andrew Hayes and Leon Swivel put on an incredible display on high flying for as in U.S. title bout, with adding all in a long line of the show during his performance by competitors fighting all that belt. And in between the main event was also a faster match between Sami Zayn and Ethan Dragunov. Every time those the two step into the ring, they create magic. As you read now, it will be Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, Jimmy Priest, fighting over a title shot at what should be an awesome match. So this week, had a couple of week spot, but it was just a way to spend a few hours on a Friday night. So it was a fashion show. It was really good, but it was good. So let me see the notes here, guys. In a few minutes here. Let me see. It's more breaking news that Chino Mimata to breaking news that Sony Stacks will defend the TNA National Championship at TNA Games against Eric Young, BTE, and a mystery opponent who made their name in Texas. Oh man, this is gonna be big for TNA. So it might be good. So there's more notes regarding to WWE Connective Team. And Wayne Regal's role is it worry Connective his role is to inquire that Stallion was believed other masses during the shows. Michael is a day of the show to a producer and is part of as a discussion on the biggest show. Paul Heyman is involved with a long term discussing his will has played hands on with the discussion of his people with including set forces like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And Macon even True is denying Posey also has a voice when it comes to this kind of team, but the only one he deals with is Paul Levesque and doesn't really deal with this kind of team. I think so. And we haven't heard from the Street Profits since. And we haven't seen them for months. The Street Profits. So I haven't heard from them since. I think. So let me see. I'll say back it on October 10th because they have going to have surgery. They expected to return very soon. So we will keep you guys posted in any more update to that very soon for the Street Profits. The Street Profits asked from WTV for months. It was on October 10th last year. of 2025. So I'm gonna read that next. We're not gonna jump with this review after this. Illicit Street Profits. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep you guys update on that and what's going on with them. So I think it's more. I didn't see too much about this yesterday about AAA. If visit website point on 1 hour regularly shows live week, 1 take weeks, 23 and then live again. Is it recycled to respects? So it might be on Fox. I really think maybe see I see all rates in AEW have this deal, TV deal, I think, for Ring of Honor with all rates. I really think, but who knows? So it's one asset from WWE's top stock has to confirm for premiere episode of AA on Fox. Oh man, it's been a long time for. So this was about 5 years ago today. All Ego Indian Hayes made his final appearance in TNA when his actor this Ego, the Quiet Man, ripped his heart out and killed him. And that's been a long time, since like 5 years. Sasuke Nakamura to talk to Tamatanga in with a word or Japanese. So, any of the street powers or hold assistant was just made to take them off TV to allow them to clean us up. I think, and we don't pause anyone for them since. And they need to pick it up to forcing up. I don't think so, but they put stick with to have a team. So I watch all lots of wrestling every week, pretty much less. So I do says remember that I wasn't like old school. I was what messed up I've been watching like lasted like 2009, like old school days. I went in 2009. I was still like 2 3 years. I was still sustained to like couple live shows before. It was 2009. I was still before. I was still was it old school, I think. So you guys haven't seen I was still about 2009 like pay-per-views that like Royal Rumble I was still sustained. I'd say 10 years maybe, 2009, old school. So I was still, before, when I watched live shows before, I was still sustained. It's been about a very long time for me. I'm a big fan of professional wrestling for in my entire life, like WWE, like Raw, Smackdown, Survivor Series, like a couple live shows before. Actually, between 2013, I was live a couple shows before. I was still. What year's that been? Is it Kelly's match against Beth Phoenix? I remember that before when I saw that match. So it was on February 8th, 2009. Yeah, I was still watch that show of Kelly's match against Beth Phoenix. So this has been a long time when I saw that. So this has been a very long time. So it's been crazy for 2 years for me when I started watching wrestling. So let me see. I did last night on his after the show, a Sima Snap took a phone Society of Atlantic Cross is getting she's re-dedicated to Orlando for AEW. Oh man, that's crazy news. I just imagine a Sting signs Nick Aldis agrees to put his TNA contract onto a line. It will be his final match in TNA. He might do it again on Smackdown too, as well. I hope we'll find out soon between Nick Aldis wants a match against Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre. What do you think? I still haven't forgiven Nick Aldis for this. So it was very cool to see. So there's more WWE tryouts for this week as well. Wait a minute. Ricochet is cutting a promo in Spanish and then hitting the A. Huh. That's just weird for Ricochet. Huh. That's crazy. Oh, I had breaking news, you guys. It's spoiler. Edge is set to end his wrestling time career at AEW Wrestle Dream 2026 in Toronto. As for last reports, AEW has brought Edge his retirement match at 2026 at Wrestling Dream. So, Adam Corbin, aka has a note, has Edge partly signed with AEW with his contract expiring in October 2026. So, Wrestling Dream in 2026 is reported for wrestle for October 18th at Skybank area in Toronto. It will be the fourth flagship AJ live event here at Toronto, the hometown of Has Edge. He was a 52-year-old. Adam Copeland is only in the enemies that he does not have much longer left into the ring. In 2008 era in the award of wrestling will come to going to end in October this year. So, wow. That was crazy insane for Has Adam Copeland for Has Edge. So I was thinking about AJ is copying to WWE always, I think. I think his time career already is going to end it on Smackdown. So let's do him better than what they did to sign Cena. So I don't really if that's the case, and then I wish him all the best for his next run. What's next for him of life? Deposit his injury a long break he had his still retired career. Him retiring to end AEW makes sense, since his best friend, teammate, captain, classmate, and was Christian Case is still too. I like watching AEW. It was okay. It was good. I had to support Has Edge. I watched him just like I say 10 plus years. When I watched him every year maybe, I think. I think Has Edge against famous on Smackdown or wherever he is not will put out like a RT. He was ready to a lesson. So let me see. I think he will then show up as a mystery partner as a Sarah series. He and Christian will finish their careers in WWE. Their final match will be against the Hardys. He was part of something that was so much better when he was just little. It's been a very long time for Edge. So he must be telling in AEW was coming soon. I was shocked. going to retiring. So it's a big surprise for me. Looking forward for that. I had to support Adam Coburn. I haven't met him since. So I might meet him sometime. Sometime when I see him. He's my favorite true legend of all time. And part of his legacy. So, and so I'm seeing to retire him too. With Ed's. So let's get wrap things up right here. Hold on, give me 1 minute here, guys. Let's go to my polls for today. So we got 77% like it so tonight. 10% is alright, and 30% didn't like it. So let's go to my X poll on 12. Let me see. So we got 7% liked it, 7% is alright, and 7% didn't like it. So thank you for coming out here tonight on Smackdown. So I will be back on next week. We have Monday Night Raw. It's coming up. It starts about, what time is that? So it starts next week. To remind you guys. Hold on. Start time next week. So I just set a start time for Monday Night Raw next week. Will be start at 6 p.m. The same is due to WWE. Davis and episode of Friday Night Smackdown. Normally following a live broadcast of Raw. It looks good. Stay asleep. p.m. next week. So I had to remind you guys, we will start at 6 p.m. next week. So as to remind you any information, this info. So I will be back here on Monday. So have a blessed Friday. Have a great weekend. And I'm gonna play my favorite game. I'm gonna play WWE 2K26. No, 2K25. So I will keep you guys updated on WWE 2K26 news. We will stay tuned on that. There's console games mode showcase. So we might talk about that next for next week when I heard anything else. So we do one schedule, Spotify, Occupy Spotify Radio, and podcast, anything is so much more. So we'll be doing live on next week on Monday Night Raw starts at 6 p.m. is your time. So have a rest night. Have a good night, and we will keep you guys update for more. So have a blessed Friday, have a blessed weekend. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.